fact, I already saw the bear emoji. I gotta say that bear emoji reminds me of my childhood. Is that okay to say? Is it appropriate? Because it's true. That bear emoji. Saw the bear. Shut up, Vito. I care what you want to say. But as I was talking, the bear emoji was everywhere. It was on Encyclopedia Dramatica. It was on the image boards. It was on 9gag. Even Reddit used to have it. And now nobody uses it anymore. Like, what happened with the bear? People just don't know how to laugh at dark things anymore. People like to enjoy the darkness, to suffer. Suffer from the darkness with stoicism. Don't make fun of it. Okay. If you make fun of it, you normalize it, I guess. Donald Trump did do the bare minimum, but even worse than that. Let me show you. Holy shit. Like, when I saw the video, I had to play it at least 3 times. Just like, first of all, I thought that, okay, maybe I haven't understood correctly. Maybe, there's more to it that I'm not privileged of. But no, it's true, right? So then the second time I watched it, I was, maybe it's a deep fake. Maybe it's, someone edited the audio, but no, apparently he actually said that. And finally I watched it for the 3rd time just so I can see how hard the American voters got fucked. I mean, this level of gaslighting, holy fucking shit. Okay, enough presentation. Let me show you what I mean. So, we have Donald Trump here. I think he's talking about the disaster in Mexico. And the reporters, you know, they finally caught the guy. You know, it's like, now we can ask a question. Like, he's not going to hold a press conference on Epstein, right? So it's like, oh, as long as he is here, let's ask the question. And let's see how he responded to it.
So can you resolve whether or not he did? And also, can you say why there was a minute missing from jailhouse escape?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but I just interrupt for 1 second. Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time and you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened. And
I literally can't even. That you're asking me a question about the thing that I campaigned about. Thank you, Todd, for the $5. So the new Kennedy files appears as Epstein files. Yes. I was honestly wondering, is he acting? Like, is he playing a joke? Is this a bit? Are we going to get the laugh track? I'm going to hear like the badum. Here's what I find absolutely funny about it, right? Let's remind ourselves how the Epstein thing started. Apparently, we were told that he committed suicide. Now, nobody was happy with this situation. The left wasn't happy. I remember prestigious journalists from the New York Times and blue check marks, which at the time were the royalty on Twitter, and all of them were abhorred by this. Like, no one was believing it, right? And right-wingers didn't believe it either. Like, Steven Crowder actually tried to strangulate himself with toilet paper. Like, he had an entire bit with that. He even said, don't try this at home. But, like, nobody was happy with it, right? The left was trying to pin this, that Donald Trump was also in on it. The right-wingers were saying that, no, it's because Hillary Clinton and other people are in on it. And so, like, everyone wanted to see the list. But what ends up happening is that this thing dies down, you know, like it's 2025. Sorry, it's modern internet. If the press doesn't talk about something every day, it just goes away, right? And so nothing comes out of it, like nothing materializes. People forget. And it's literally Donald Trump that reminds people of this. It's literally him that brings it back up. And he comes around and he says, okay, well, if you vote for me, I will release the files. He didn't have to say that. And so, people vote for him. And what's interesting is that if you don't want to release the files, don't bring them up. You can always say, all right, well, I'll look into it. The same thing that he did with arresting Hillary Clinton, right? Do you guys remember that? You vote for me, I'll arrest Hillary Clinton. Lock her up. Lock her up. And then he gets elected, never brings it back up. Like, never talks about it, never brings it up. Even Zlixian is upset. Yeah, it looks fucking bad. Like, the optics of this. Fell for it again, a word, says Naime. See, here's what I think. And this is just my personal take. I think that personally Donald Trump wanted to release the files. Now, why am I basing this? Like, am I giving him more charity than I would give to any other person on the planet? No, it's like I usually judge people based on their behavior. Because again, like, if he didn't want to release it, he just would stop bringing it back up. That's literally what he had to do. Just don't bring it up. Don't talk about it. The same way that with the lock her up story, right? Just never mention it again. And if it's being brought up, it's like, okay, yeah, I mean, we're looking into it. We have a commission. We're going to talk about it. But no, what he does is he actually, the moment he got into office, is like, yeah, it's on the desk of the FBI or the DOJ. It's on their desk. Like, right now, we're authorizing blah, blah, blah. And so you can't say that, and then you're like, why are we still talking about Epstein? What happened? What I think happened is several possibilities. I don't like speculating because then people accuse you of conspiracy theories, but like I got it in this situation, right? I got to do a little bit of speculation. An important name came up. An important name, like either from Trump's entourage or the Republicans, and they're like, look, this can't go on. Like, if you want us, we'll do anything. We'll pass whatever law you want. We'll do whatever you want. Just don't make this public. Or maybe like this is too destabilizing for the nation. I don't fucking know. But maybe like a big name came up. I don't think it's Trump himself. Like if it was Trump himself, he would never bring up the Epstein files in the election. I don't think like that would have happened. The second thing, it's like maybe the CIA is involved or the FBI, and they're like, dude, these are our agents in the field. Like we worked hard to blackmail these people. And now they're infiltrated into various organizations. Like, maybe some of them are in China. I don't fucking know. Like, if you blow the lid on this, like, we're losing all of our assets. So, like, this is the only thing that I can think of. Maybe a prime minister that is beholden to America is blackmailed. Fuck knows. But it is sus, right? Like, he probably saw some classified information that other people before him saw, and they reached the conclusion that no, it's not worth it. Maybe it is too destabilizing to be punished. Probably, like it may be like other world leaders or something like that. But like, here comes the real cope. Like, I have never seen cope of this magnitude. This has to be out of this world cope. Like, if you guys have seen something like this before, please let me know. But like, to me, it's a first. Alex Jones, he's got a fist. Judge Joe Brown believes that Trump is using the Epstein files to blackmail the deep state to surrender. I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt to someone, but like, I have never seen so much benefit of the doubt in human history. Like, this is a level of benefit of doubtness that, like probably the entire United States, like, whenever a person is getting canceled, they never give the benefit of the doubt. Now I understand why. Like, they were saving all of the benefit of the doubt from all the previous cancellations in American history to deploy it right now. You know why I think it's not true? Because Alex Jones didn't say it. At least Alex Jones, when he says stuff, it comes through. Like, every single conspiracy theory that Alex Jones believed eventually materialized. So, like, if he would have said it, I would have been like, okay, no, it's his guest. It's his fucking guest. Like, you need to start vetting people, Alex. You can't just invite every guy from the street to sell you wolf tickets. The list should be released regardless of consequences. Well, this is another interesting one I heard. I think it was yesterday. they were saying, well, we can't release the footage because the footage has child stuff on it, you know, and it's not for public consumption. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But you can edit the children out of the footage, right? I mean, if a matter like this goes to court, the jury has to see the footage, right? Like, what does the judge do? They edit the stuff out. Like, people aren't interested in seeing the act itself. People are interested in seeing who was there. So you can literally put like a black rectangle over the victim so that no one gets to see the victim, and you can only see the perpetrator. Isn't that like reasonable? Huh? You don't have to release the actual video. You can just release the still image of who was there. And I'm pretty sure like most of the public would be like, okay, this is enough. But my favorite take is like, okay, so apparently the official stance is that there was no list and that Epstein committed suicide. Why did he commit suicide then? Like, wouldn't he have been exonerated? Because from what I understand, again, correct me if I'm wrong, like I may be wrong on this, I'm willing to change my mind. But from what I understand, he was accused of sex trafficking and there's like absolutely no evidence, there's no list. So like he trafficked people to nobody. So why did he commit suicide then? Makes no fucking sense. Why is Maxwell in prison? Now the other explanation can be like, okay, well maybe there is evidence, but you know, there's no list yet. Well, if that's the situation, why aren't they out there investigating? Like, this is a serious issue. Right? Like, shouldn't there be an ongoing investigation to talk with the victims, to find out more of the victims? Like, maybe more can resurface, you know, collaborate, testimonies. I'm just saying, you know? Regarding the missing minute, I don't think that's too relevant, right? Like, if it was, like, missing 10 minutes or 15 minutes, sure. A missing minute, let's assume it's not a glitch, but, like, what exactly could happen in a minute? Well, actually, no, hold on, my bad, no. I think, like, in a minute, you can get the body double. Holy shit, if we're going by that conspiracy, right? Because, like, there were some people that suggested that Epstein is still out there. Now, here's the thing. Everyone says, like, you shouldn't believe in conspiracy theories. But, like, you're asking me to believe that the man committed suicide in a maximum security prison when the cameras, when the guards are asleep and the cameras are missing footage. Like, which one is more likely at this point? Like, the man was extremely connected with all of the high elites in the United States. Is it really that far-fetched to think that the plot from a movie could have happened in real life in this situation? Because I can't go there, you know? I can't review the footage. I can't see the list. I can't speak with any of the victims. And so, like, what does it matter what I think? Why is it so important, right? So, like, if we're going with the hypothesis, maybe there's a body double. Yeah, 1 minute is what it takes. Like, 1 minute of footage, in and out, boom, bada bim, bada boom. Injection can happen in a minute? No. No, because the person would be struggling. Like no one stands still. Like it would take a lot more. Right? Like the person would immediately try to defend themselves. There would be a struggle. Thank you for the 100 hours. There's no list. Epstein didn't do nothing. The guards malfunctioned and cameras fell asleep. Trust me, bro. Again, the most weird thing about this, and this is like what I what I genuinely cannot even imagine. Why did Trump bring it back up? Apparently, YouTube is giving ads during the stream. Anyway, I'll see if I can fix it. I don't want people to not be able to hear the words of wisdom that I have to share. I missed your last super chat. My bad, Nightmare. Let me scroll up and see. Benjamin Netanyahu probably said no, and Trump said, okay, sir. No, I don't think that's the case. No, I mean, Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu have met several times in the past. Like, they can also talk on the phone. No, I don't think this is about that. The thing that really baffles me, and it should baffle everyone, it's like, why did he bring it up? Because again, like, no one was talking about it. No one was bringing it up. No one was mentioning it. Like, it was a dead topic. People were just being jaded with the political system, and they were saying, well, it is what it is. I mean, what can you do, you know? And now he's like bringing it up, raising hopes for everyone. And this is pretty much the best magic trick that the world has ever seen. And it can be summed up like this. Right? I mean, huh? Is this not it? Does this not sum up exactly what happened? It's such an erosion of trust, isn't it? Looking back at this US administration, says Jacob Andrew, shaming Britain for what happened to all those girls is not just shameful, but disgusting. Pakistani people went to jail. Epstein clients are safe. That is an interesting point. Like, even in Britain, justice was actually done. Like, the perpetrators went to prison, right? Like you can say whatever you want about Britain, and you can talk about their grooming gangs and the way they treated people that were blowing the whistle in the beginning, and the political correctness, and the cops saying, oh, well, we didn't want to be called racists. Like, you can talk about that as much as you want, but at least people went to prison. By the way, I turned on my fan. If it's noisy, if it blows in the microphone, let me know. I'm just cooking in this room. Apparently, I can't turn on the AC because my wife gets upset. It makes the baby sick, and I don't want to make the baby sick. Right. Jokes on me. You never trusted the government? Ah, goodness gracious. Alright, South Park predicts everything. No, that's apparently a joke that's tinkered with. Alright, well, if you hear nothing, then... So, Zlixian says that this is his best guess. Trump brought it up because he intends to release the list. However, either the list no longer exists and was destroyed. Yeah, but like, if the list was destroyed, wouldn't it make sense that he would just say that the list was destroyed? Like, it would actually be better optics. And not to mention, like, this would help him rally his base against the deep state. It's like, well, how was this possible? Like, this is literally the most important list of the decade. Like, how was it destroyed? Or the only other way to get his hands on it would be to order the military to retrieve it using any means necessary. No, I don't think that's the case. Like, all he has to do, like, if let's say he's in a situation where he can't get his hands on the list, all he has to do is to address the nation. Like, my American people, I promised you in my campaign that I'm going to do everything I can in order to release the list. Unfortunately, this organization is preventing me from achieving it. Right? Like, literally that's it. And then he does his job. No, I don't think that this is what's going on. El traje correcto. Yeah, it's kind of funny that this cannot be translated in English. Yeah, like, the thing isn't about, like, making an excuse that would work. The thing is about blaming someone else, right? Like, you're Trump. You promised the American people that you're going to release the list. And let's say, like, the list is destroyed. It's like, well, it's not your fault because you didn't destroy it, right? Like, you're not at the triple letter agency, you know, supervising the list like a watchdog, right? And you can just say, well, the list was with the DOJ, and apparently they say that it was destroyed, right? So, like, now the public doesn't accept the apology, but at least they look at the DOJ. Or he can say the list is not being released by the FBI. And again, like, the public will not accept this, but like now the onus is on the FBI to answer the question. It is what it is. I'm actually curious to see how much people care. I guess we'll see at the new approval poll, right? Like the approval rating stuff. Right. What else did I do this week? I argued with leftists on Twitter, and it pains me that leftists do not understand economics. And they're arguing with me. Oh, fucking hell, like, this is basic shit. So, what is EBT? It's kind of like food stamps, right? A restaurant meals program. So basically like food for the poor, right? This is what EBT is? Like, if you can't afford to eat, right? You're out of a job, you're impoverished. And you're starving, and you need a loaf of bread. Well, the American government doesn't give you a loaf of bread. They give you a meal at one of the most luxurious restaurants in the U.S. I'm not fucking kidding, though. Like seriously, I'm looking at the prices at McDonald's, at least in my country, astonishing. And when I compare it with the prices in the U.S., it's almost double. Like McDonald's used to be cheap. It used to be like the cheapest food, right? Like, you don't have money, you go to McDonald's, you buy a meal, and that's it. You know, you're full for the day. It's unhealthy, but it is what it is. And now the government is like, no, you can buy Skittles, you can buy all this shit. And I was like, pointing it out. And I was saying, like, this is going to cause prices to go up. And leftists don't understand. It's like, what do you mean it will cause prices to go up? Well, the government isn't creating burgers, you fucking moron. Like the restaurant chain isn't producing more burgers, but the government is producing more customers. It's fourth grade logic, right? More shit goes out, less shit comes in. Why wouldn't? Like what type of store manager would be insane enough not to rise the price? Of course they're going to rise the price. They have all the incentives to it. It's like American universities. Same shit happens there, right? Like, the government doesn't produce more universities. The government produces more people wanting to go to the university that can now afford it because of the loan. And so, like, no university professor is retarded enough not to raise the price. And so they do raise the price, right? And who gets fucked? The person that works for a living, that's who. The person who works for a living is now paying for other people to gorge themselves at gourmet restaurants. I'm sorry, but like, look at the fucking prices. If you don't think that's an expensive, compare the prices for McDonald's with like a random restaurant that's like a corner street store, and tell me if it's not expensive. Dude, there are restaurants in Romania that have a waiter coming up and sucking your dick while they're at it, and even giving you like a complimentary water bottle. And they're cheaper than McDonald's, and you eat healthier, right? And so this is where we're at. You know, like, people are actually talking about this finally. Because this was incredibly incorrect to say from a political standpoint, right? Like, politically incorrect to say. Like, this picture is worth 1,000 words. Right? The middle class, the people that are stupid enough to work for a living, they get this shit. And the people that don't work for a living, they have TikTok videos, chat. Like, the internet is filled with TikTok videos showing baby mamas and other people just stacking their entire fridges and bragging about it. Because that's like the other thing, you know, like here in Eastern Europe, we grift. Every person grifts. Like, if you don't grift, you're not a human being. I'm sorry, it's reality, alright? Like, throughout societies, time periods, everywhere people grift. It's normal to grift. But you're the fuck up about it. Don't grift and be a cheeky little shit. Don't be antagonistic about your grift, because then your grift gets squashed. And this is pretty much what's happening, right? Like, this is literally what's happening. Like you have people grifting and then bragging. So, like, you have people working for a living, living like this, and then you have people that are on welfare living like this. Yeah, it makes you wonder who is the real lower class. EBT, extreme, black teens prawn, what? Well, I don't know if it's like this in the United States. I will tell you how it's like in Romania. But I have seen people that go at university. And, okay, like the Romanian university, it has also a welfare program. But it's kind of different and really unfair in a way. Okay, so the way Romanian university work is that, let's say your parents died, right? Or you're a poor person and you can't afford university. The people paying the university tax, like some of that tax, I think like 10% of it is redirected to pay for another person. Does that make any sense? Like when you go to a university, you're also paying for some poor schmuck to study there as well. Right? So like imagine you're going to a barbecue and everyone is putting $100, but like the meat only costs $80, but like those extra $20 you're paying for someone else to eat for free. Like that's the system of welfare in Romania regarding universities. And the system like kind of makes sense in a way, right? Like in a normal society, it would make sense. Like if you have Einstein, and Einstein happens to be born in a trailer. Like he's incredibly smart, but he was born in a trailer. Okay, as long as he keeps getting good grades, as long as he is motivated to study and can maintain his grades above average, like he constantly gets like only A+, right? Then society goes like, okay, this is an actual smart person. Like he shows based on the merit, based on the grades that he is getting, he's getting constant A+ and shit. We don't want to lose this person, so we're going to give him the university, right? That's the social contract. And sometimes like this works. Like I remember in med school, a friend of mine, really good kid, very smart, is now a cardiologist. He had his parents dying in a car crash. Like shit happens, right? Like he was at home and both his parents died in a car crash. He was at university. He couldn't have a job, right? Didn't have any other family. So now he was poor. And he benefited from this program. Like he kept his grades up. And due to the program, he managed to get himself through university and then get a job. Like he would have been on the streets without this program, right? So like there are certain cases where I can say, all right, well, the program is obviously working. But then I know that a lot of people, they were on welfare and they were driving Mercedes. And I'm like, my brother in Christ, how can you be driving Mercedes if in order for in Romania to be welfare, you need to have zero income? Like literally, that's in the law, zero income. So like you need to be a person that doesn't have a mama, doesn't have a dada, doesn't work. Anecdotes are not data. You know what? Your grandma used anecdotes in order to figure shit out. People for thousands of years used anecdotes in order to figure shit out. I don't need a fucking doctor in a lab coat to tell me the reality. Like, I'm sick and tired of the idea of the Redditor. Like, source, where's your fucking source? Up your fucking ass. Because I saw, the data. You can manipulate the data to come up with whatever conclusion as you want. You can use your rational mind to figure out, yes, the system does benefit some people, it's true, but at the same time, with your own eyes, you can also see other people who grift off the system. And it's not one, it's not two, it's a lot of grifters. And that's the whole shtick, like why are there so many grifters? And I'm curious if in the United States you don't have the same shit. Because I saw this with TikTok videos. Like, you get a lot of wisdom on TikTok. People just don't know how to use the fucking platform. But speaking of the baby mamas, like, there was this baby mama on TikTok. And let me see if I can reproduce what she was saying. Why would you be a baby mama to one baby daddy? That is not how it works. You need to be a baby mama to 7 baby daddies. And then you get different child support from all 7 baby daddies. And that's how you make money. And you know, I'm sitting there listening to what that woman speaks. And I'm like, I can't refute this. Like, there is no argument for me to say that would debunk what she's talking about. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's not her fault. It's the people that make the law. Like, the woman knows what's good for her. I can't... Like, seriously, what can I say? Like, number one, she's fixing the demographic problem, right? Like, I understand we have a demographic winter, not enough babies. Well, she's not part of the problem, right? Like, she's got 7 baby daddies. And she makes money for having 7 baby daddies. So the question is, like, why isn't everyone doing this? The thing is, like, the main problem of why everyone is not doing this is the WASP mentality. The WASP mentality is the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. This is the cancer that's destroying society. I'm not even kidding. And I'll even tell you why. They can't conceive being immoral, right? So, like, we need to be moral in an immoral society. Like, when the things around you change, they don't adapt. If everyone was as smart as that lady, as that baby mama lady, the system would collapse. Like, if every single woman had 7 baby daddies, and they were all taking child support, the system would collapse overnight. You would fix the problem. Sometimes you fix the problem by breaking the system. If you complain about it, oh my goodness, that's not immoral, oh goodness gracious, how can she, oh nah, 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 nah. And not to mention, she's fixing all of the problems that people are complaining about. Oh, the demographic problems. Yeah, well, she's got 7 babies. Do you? No? Then shut the fuck up. There is argument. See, like, good people are destroying society. I don't believe in good people and bad people. I'm a pragmatic person. The way I think it's like, I don't influence the laws. And I don't influence other people. And so it's much easier to get control over the things that I can influence. And I can influence myself, I can influence my family, and I can influence my friends. And I will do literally what's best for their interest. I will give them whatever advice that I can in order for them not to break the law. But also, if the law allows loopholes to be abused, like in the case of this, wouldn't you be an idiot to allow other people to abuse it while you just sit there? I'm just saying, you know. Oh, now it's about quality. Now it's about, 7 future criminals. Who fucking cares? Like, do we want to fix the demography? Like, are we fixing the demographic winter or not? Huh? Like, isn't having babies the problem? Oh, now it's like quality issue. Well, if you want quality issue, then have a single baby who takes a PhD course. And becomes a doctor. Or a lawyer. Or anything of prestige, right? But if you want, the human race is dying, and you need to have babies, go have babies, you know? Criminals can have babies too. You don't care about criminals? The only way I would care about criminals is petitioning my government to let me have a gun. And that's it. That's the only thing that I need. I don't fucking care about criminals, no. Like, I can defend myself. I don't need the government to defend me. I don't need society to defend me. I just need a gun. For home defense, that's it. I stay in my home most of the time. Just want to need the gun, and then I don't even need the cops. That's it. My property. Look, if Americans managed to survive during the Wild West, I'm pretty sure you can survive an urban environment where there's crime. Put some hair on your chest. Well, if defending yourself is a crime, that's the problem. It's not the criminals. Like, the criminals aren't the problem. The problem is, like, the people that don't let you do self-defense. I know I can't have a gun in Romania, which is why I said, like, I would petition the government. Like, that's my problem. That's my beef. It's not with the criminals. It's with the politicians. 10 children is too much sex. Doesn't Elon Musk have 12 kids? Like, Elon Musk is pretty based when it comes to the demographic conversation. The man has 12 kids. He has a right to talk about it, yes. Criminals outnumber you. No, I don't. They don't need to outnumber me. Like, criminals aren't suicidal. If they know that people can defend their homes, that's it, right? So, like, literally all I need to do is to be in a neighborhood where all the other neighbors know each other and talk to each other. And, like, let's be honest, if you don't have politicians that encourage crime, crime is usually solvable. And not to mention, I actually grew up in a neighborhood that was incredibly impoverished and filled with crime. Like, I know how to handle myself. No, I generally don't care. Like, this is one of the issues that I don't care. It's one of the things, it's like asking me, do you not care about earthquakes? Well, if they happen, they happen. The concept of safetyism pisses me off more than anything. They voted against you, V. You've been defeated at the ballot box. You know what I'm starting to realize? I'm starting to realize that any form of government, literally anyone, whether it's dictatorships, whether it's democracies, whether it's monarchy, in every form of government, the people get what they want. The only reality is that most people don't realize that they're in minority. Like, people like us are in the minority. But the real people, they get what they want. Like, you think you're right-wing and shit, it's like, yeah. But, like, overwhelmingly, nowadays, people are on TikTok. The young generation, all that. Like, remember during COVID, right? Like, during COVID, all of us, we wanted the government to fuck off. And what happened? There were our citizens that actually wanted people to wear masks. Like, in Romania, the Zoomers were petitioning the government for the mandates. People get what they want, even in monarchies and dictatorships. Because at the end of the day, even the dictator needs to have legitimacy. They don't need to have like 80% of the people on their side. It's usually like 40%, 60%. Most people don't care about politics. Like, even in dictatorships, most people just don't fucking care. And they tune out. Like, what they care is about waking up in the morning, going to a job, working hard, coming home and feeding their family. That's like what most people care. And the ones that are involved with politics are actually a small minority. And so usually the ones that are involved and the ones that do care get what they deserve. If my hypothetical criminals outnumber you, they vote against you. Assuming voting works, you have lost. But most people aren't criminals, though. Most people just abuse the system. Again, like, the problem is that the system is designed in a way to be abused. The idea of alimony doesn't make any fucking sense in 2025. Like, that is a law that made sense back in the day when women couldn't get a job, right? So, like, if you do have a divorce and the woman is a housewife, and being a housewife back then was actually a full-time job. Nowadays, you got a Roomba, you got a washing machine, you got... you can order food, you don't even need to cook, right? But back then, like, making food, washing the dishes and washing the laundry by hand and using a broom to clean up the house was very intensive work. And so, yeah, like, a woman getting a divorce, having an alimony in that system would make sense. Today, absolutely not. But the law remains. And of course, like, there are certain people that grift off the system. Like, they get married, they divorce, and then the alimony happens. Presents hypothetical, but the world is not like that. I understand the hypothetical, it's just that it's so fucking stupid that it's not even worth engaging with it. It's like, if the world had more criminals than me, then I'll become a criminal as well. Did you think about that? Like if there is a society that outnumbers me with criminals, like there's criminals every fucking where, at that point, why would you be law-abiding? Like, being law-abiding means you're stupid. In that particular scenario that you're talking about, right? Where everything is filled with criminals. Well, it means that the law allows people to be criminals, in which case, why follow the law? Right? And if everyone becomes a criminal, then you have the incentive of finally the system breaking down and order being restored. Like you had in, what the fuck was it? El Salvador, right? Like that actually happened in El Salvador. There were too many criminals. Okay, well, when there's too many criminals, then finally the crackdown happens. You can say the world isn't like a part of human nature just because we aren't in that phase. You can't say the world isn't like a part of human nature. What? Am I being too tired? I'm being too tired. I can't read properly. Because then the government of criminals will crack down on you. How would they crack down on me? Like, if I will become a criminal as well, wouldn't that is like what the government wants? Like, for instance, let me give you an example. In Germany, the Green government, I don't know if they actually implemented this, but this is what they wanted to implement. They wanted it so that people who are trans can change their papers just by saying they're trans. Literally, that's it, right? So you go to the city hall, you say, I identify as a woman, you utter the magic phrase, and bada bing, bada boom, you become a woman. And you're also part of the LGBT community now. And also, the Green government would say that families who are under the LGBT umbrella, they get government handouts. Well, in that society, wouldn't you be stupid not to do it? Right? Like, you get free cash. You literally just go to the city hall, you identify as a woman, and then you just, you know, you tell your wife, look, we gotta be lesbians now. We're going to get money. And if your wife has any common sense, and she does because you chose a woman that's smart, right? She'll be like, okay, fine. And then you fucking go. Bada bing, bada boom, you make money, right? Meanwhile, it's like, no, it's not fair. No, it's abuse. No, the criminal. I don't fucking care. And when enough people do it, you will see that the law stops working. That was it. Did made it to law, yes. Then why don't you build a shack in the floodplains of a river to get the payout? Well, because making a YouTube video probably gives me more money than how much the payout for that shack is. And it's also like a thing that happens once every 7 years, but like, don't think there aren't Romanians that do that. Like, why do you think the people literally build it to the same fucking place? Literally, that's why. Literally, that's why. Things come and go, cultures change and adapt, but the grift is eternal. When you're Eastern European, you take it as a part of life. Hilariously, it's what actually happened and the movement died. Oh my fucking god, I didn't even know that the movement died this way, but you see, lazy one, I fixed the German problem. I wasn't even there. I didn't even know. But apparently they took my advice retroactively, and there you go. The problem was fixed. We're about to have a second flood in a row in Poland due to the genius of the government. Well, there you go. You can build a shack. Yeah, if everyone did it, the government would definitely stop paying out. Yes, unironically. If every single person would go there and they would build a shack, yeah, like eventually the government would stop doing it. And I think actually the previous president in some cases actually did stop doing it. Because he noticed that some people were building it like for the 5th time around and they were like, all right, you've grifted enough. Let other people grift as well. Solution, live in a tree. Why won't your wife say she's a man as well? And that would make you straight? I guess like that's a way you can sabotage me, right? Like if I want to benefit from the LGBT umbrella in order to get government handouts, and I would be like, okay, I identify as a woman, and my wife would be like, fuck you, I identify as a man. And now she shifted 5 mana, checkmate, Dodomeda. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. It's like, now you're outside of the LGBT umbrella. You're back into heterosexual marriage. It is our moral duty to build a shack to get others to stop. Yeah, but, like, here's another thing that most people don't understand. This doesn't bother me that much. Like, if it was an issue that genuinely bothered me, yes, I would probably build a shack. I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm that petty. If this issue would have troubled me so fucking much, I would have built shacks out of purpose. It's like commission some people to build shacks over there. But not everything that happens in the world makes me give a shit about it. It's like I already assume that some of my taxpayer money will be grifted. Nowhere, like regardless of where you live on Earth, in what time period, under whatever economic system you want, some of the money you give to the government will be grifted. The only thing I can hope is that, well, not a lot of it will be grifted. So far, I'm disappointed. You'd build a shack before a gazebo? Yes, because the gazebo is not an investment. The shack would actually be considered an investment. I would actually be like, okay, well, if the flood takes it, lower classes don't get away with corruption. Of course they do. It's just like it's a different level of grift. I mean, like literally, hold on. I'll literally show you how lower classes get rid of get away with corruption. Like a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? Like this is how the lower classes get away with corruption. And what are we talking about? There's no such thing like not getting away with corruption. Like either you're smart and you grift, or you don't know how to grift. But the grifting exists as a percentage for the class as a whole. Every class has its own grifts. The politicians have their grift, their lower classes have their grift, even the middle class has its grift. What do you think the consultants are and the HR ladies? That's a middle class grift. What if we all just stop paying taxes? Well, then you would actually be the first society in human history to ever accomplish that. But the problem is, like, if everyone stopped paying taxes, you'd probably die. Like, I'm not even kidding. You'd probably die. Like, think about it. The electricity would go down. There would be no cops to stop vandals or anything like that. The stores would shut down. There would be no telephone company. Can you survive? I mean, if you're a prepper, you got a bunker, sure. But the reality is, like, most of the time, you know, most systems, like, if you stop paying taxes, things would actually be worse than they are now. In America, the fridge kiss. Lower classes get away with the grip because they know to shut up. Yeah, pretty much. Losing a chess game involves taking the wins that you can get where you can and then get tripped. No police to stop me owning an automatic self-loading firearm. Yeah, but like, wouldn't the criminals also have automatic firearms? Like, this was something that happened in the United States. Wasn't that like the residential buildings where like some gang came in with AK-47s and started extorting people? Right? I mean, oh, you have